Hello and welcome to this episode of Microchips. In this episode we're having a look at another Binatone 5-star that I got off eBay, supposedly with a fault. Saying might be a solder joint or mic is wrongly wired. Said radio does receive but no transmission. So hopefully we've got a fault to look at. Case looks like it could do with some TLC, but that can be sorted out when the weather gets a little bit better. But apart from that, looks okay. So it come nicely packed in a box with all bits and pieces in it. Straight away the metal front fascia has fallen off, but at least it's there. That mic plug looks like it's seen better days. Okay, volume control's a little bit loose, but that should be easy enough to sort. But at least we've got the metal front part, because I've seen a lot of these radios on eBay without that, and there's not really much you can do about it. I'm taking the top cover off. Everything looks pretty much factory. Don't think anybody's done any work in there. No surprise PLL modifications or anything. So happy with that. And in the bottom side, just as a thought, everything's pretty much standard. Doesn't look like anybody's messed about inside. So we're going to have to deal with this loose volume control. But it looks like it still works. So let's take all the front knobs off and have a good look at the front of the radio with no face on. Gently remove the fascia. And a bit dirty inside, but never mind. Everything looks okay. Okay, nothing that a good clean won't sort for that. As you can see, the volume control's just worked its way loose over time. Get rid of some of the 40 years worth of dust and grime off the front. They're looking better already. So let's tighten that volume control up. Should just be as simple as getting the pliers and giving it a nice good twist. I should sort that out. Yep, all good. Now let's see if it actually works. So something's happening. Not seen any movement out of the meter yet. least we're hearing something. I was thinking maybe we got a dirty switch or something. Still no movement out of the meter. Well, let's have a look at the VCO, see what it's doing. And sure enough, on transmit, the VCO seems to be unlocked. So maybe that's our transmit fault. Because the receive VCO seems to be at the correct voltage. But transmit VCO seems to be very, very low. So let's see if we can sort that out. So a non-inductive trimmer inside the VCO can. Just moving it gently just to break the wax that's in there. Thought I heard something strange going on, but I'm just going to adjust the variable capacitor that is to do with the transmit VCO. See if we can't get the voltage a little bit higher. And it seems to be adjusting quite nicely. So was this our no transmit fault? So after a little bit of messing around, I found that the signal meter is actually seized up. And that's why it was sending me down the garden path, thinking that it wasn't transmitting when it was transmitting, or that there was something wrong in the output stage. You can see the meter kind of works, but I think there's a break in the coil somewhere, because it is very intermittent. So we're going to have to see if we can find a replacement for this. Sure enough, I managed to find one. I don't think there's anything I can do with that old meter. And that's how it should be, nice and responsive. And of course we're going to fit our LED modification to it. So a couple of holes in the plastic work of the meter. And then we can just run the cob LED across and glue it into place. And of course a new current limiting resistor. And there we have our signal meter with a nice illumination. So it's a little bit brighter than a normal bulb, but at least the light is actually uniform across the back of the meter, which is nice. And it shouldn't get too hot as well. So we're transmitting. So now it's time to try and get this meter back into the radio. A little bit fiddly, but no problem. And we are actually going to change the variable capacitor trimmer. That is to do with the transmit VCO, just in case it's a little bit poorly. I'm not sure whether anybody had actually been in there before and twiddling with it, damaged it. But we'll put another one in anyway. It's a 20 picofarad. And we'll get that soldered into place. There we go, all good. Just readjust the transmit VCO again. Well, seems to be good. Let's do some transmit tests against another radio. Now we had a problem with the low power as well. It just wouldn't set, so we replaced the variable resistor for the low power. And now let's see if we can't make this front fascia a little bit better. So as you see, the metalwork just literally just falls off due to the glue no longer working as it should. So as always, good healthy coating of foam cleaner and a nylon bristle paintbrush just to work it into all the places. Looking better already. Cotton bud just round the edges, just to get rid of any grime that's left there. Now gently cleaning these. Don't want to bend them or anything. Good, they look good. So what I'm doing is I'm just using a marker pen just along the very edges. Just to try and hide a little bit of the corrosion that's on the edge. I want to try and remove a little bit of the old glue that was on the front fascia. Let's make sure all the surface is nice and level, ready for putting the metalwork back on. Of course, now a healthy dose of B7000. If any of this spills out, it's easy enough to remove. But we want to make sure that this front fascia is well stuck down. I've not tried getting rid of any of the old glue on the old front fascias on the metalwork because I didn't want to damage any of the metalwork. There, that should do for that. And gently putting the front fascias back on. Yeah, it looks like it should do. Like I say, if any of the glue does leak out, it does come off very easily. Yeah, not too bad. It's radio has been well used, but at least it's complete. And then next step, cleaning the control knobs. That looks better already. I just left it a little while for the glue to set. And there we have it reassembled, looking a lot better. There, it's not in too bad condition. Got a few battle scars here and there, but yeah, it's better for a radio at this age. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe. If I've earned your subscription today, thank you very much. And we'll see you in the next video.